The book of Jubillees, chapter 18. And God Jehovah said to him, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take thy beloved son, whom thou lovest, even Isaac, and go unto the high country, and offer him on one of the mountains which I will point out unto thee. And he rose early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took his 2 young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood of the burnt offering, and he went to the place on the 3rd day, and he saw the place afar off. And he came to the well of water, and he said to his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad shall go yonder, and we have worship, we shall come again to you. And he took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it on Isaac his son. And he took in his hand the fire and the knife, and they went both of them together to that place. And Isaac said to his father, Father, and he said, Here I am, my son. And he said unto him, Behold the fire and the knife and the wood, but where is the sheep for the burnt offering, father? And he said, God will provide for himself a sheep for a burnt offering, my son. And he drew near to the place of the mount of God. And he built an altar, and he placed the wood on the altar, and he bound Isaac his son, and placed him on the wood, which is upon the altar, and stretched forth his hand to take the knife to slay Isaac his son. And I stood before him, and before the prince Mastema. And the Lord Jehovah said, Bid him not to lay his hand on the lad, nor to do anything to him, for I have shown that he fears the Lord Jehovah. And I called to him from heaven, and said unto him, Abraham, Abraham. And he was terrified, and said, Behold, here am I. And I said unto him, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything to him, for now I have shown that thou fearest the Lord Jehovah, and hast not withheld thy son, thy firstborn son, from me. And the prince Mastema was put to shame, and Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a ram caught by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered it for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called that place, The Lord hath seen, so that it is said in the mount, The Lord hath seen, that is Mount Sion. And the Lord Jehovah called Abraham by his name a second time from heaven, and he caused us to appear to speak to him in the name of the Lord. And he said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord Jehovah, because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy beloved son, from me, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed, as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And thy seed shall inherit the cities of its enemies, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice, and I have shown to all that thou art faithful unto me in all that I have said unto thee. Go in peace. And Abraham went to his young men, and they arose and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt by the well of the oath. And he celebrated this festival every year, 7 days with joy, and he called it the festival of the Lord, according to the 7 days during which he went and returned in peace, and according has it been ordained and written on the heavenly tablets regarding Israel and its seed, that they should observe this festival 7 days with the joy of festival. Amen.